You take a poll in the United States, pretty much any poll you take, you will get some number that looks like 70% of Americans are concerned about climate. Talking about climate is resonant to them. They understand that. But then if you ask them what is the number one thing that they can do, their first answer is recycling. And if you say, what's the number two thing that you can do, their answer is not eating meat. And yet 42% of energy-related emissions in this country are tied to kitchen table decisions about the cars we drive, how we heat the air and water in our homes, how we cook our food, how we dry our clothes, and how we power all those machines. And so for us, it was really about trying to shift the frame to make this about collective action in terms of policy enablement, but unlocking the market in terms of day-to-day decisions that people are making all across the country every single day in their homes. You know, the way I like to think about it is that we live in a fossil fuel world. The inertia propels us to fossil fuel outcomes. And so if you are then kind of in a moment where there is a decision to make about a replacement or an upgrade, there's an asymmetry with respect to like understanding and awareness and then what to do. And that creates a little bit of like a chicken and egg dynamic where if you already have a fossil fuel infrastructure that repeats fossil fuel outcomes, if you try to break that chain, where the person who is breaking the chain is the one who is least familiar and understanding and sort of empowered to drive that decision, you're not going to do a very good job of breaking through the inertia and getting out of being in a fossil fuel world. So there's a lot of policy work to do with respect to that. You can do things to bring down the front end cost of the better efficient electric machines. That's a part of what we did in the Inflation Reduction Act. You can do set policy levers that make it easier to get electric things as opposed to getting fossil fuel things. Any number of sort of tools to use. But at the end of the day, those big tectonic shifts that you're talking about depend on people having machines that have plugs and not pipes. So a big part of what we're doing is training people up we're starting these courses to train people up to become electrification enthusiasts locally, to kind of be the guides in their community. Our big belief on this is that this becomes like a trusted messenger effort. You know, said another way, the fossil fuel lobby spends a lot more money than we have on their story. However, the good news here is that we have better stuff and more passionate people. And so there's a really exciting way to connect people as storytellers and validators to their friends, family, and neighbors in a way that we think can break through some of this chicken and egg dynamic of not aggregating demand and not creating enough of a signal for those small business contractors and all the rest. And so that's a big part of what we're trying to accomplish.